Thank you all very much for your support. Early this morning, we held the second in our newest component of this Achievers Under 40 program, our quarterly leadership breakfast. It is for our honorees and was developed to give them an opportunity to network and connect with each other on a more informal basis. We launched this new event in February, where Oklahoma's own rock star, Wayne Coyne of the Flaming Lips, gave a very colorful speech to the group. And this morning, we heard from a panel made up of current and former achievers, moderated by Risha Grant. The panel included Renzi Stone, Aaron Brewer, and Joe Dorman, and we had a really great, candid discussion about diversity and the importance of diversity for growing Oklahoma.
They have the different subcommittees, and there's the Minority Outreach Committee. It's all minorities that are on it. Try to change that. That's the big first of all. I mean, you know, we look around and we're just sitting there like, okay, we kind of got this. We need it. You know?
Until we change that attitude, we're not going to move ahead to the next level. It's going to take that generation of change.
Diversity is more than black and white. It's male and female. It's old and new. It's good ideas and bad ideas. Our community, the great communities, all have great diversity.
As an organization who works on an extremely limited budget and yet needs to speak to the broad community in order to do the work that we have got to find a message that also speaks to a broad range of people.
Diversity is a key driver in economic development, especially for this group of folks. The Achievers Under 40 selected by certainly a business paper, the Journal Record. Diversity is one that on a one-on-one basis, when you get to meet folks and share ideas and get to know different cultures, diversity seems easy.
For our oldest achiever, 40 is extremely close. Brian Thomas actually turns 40 this Saturday. 2 days. You made it in 2 days, Brian. So happy early birthday to you. Our youngest achiever this year is Elizabeth Prickrell, who was born in 1982. That makes her the ripe old age of 27. And I guarantee that I have a number of items in my closet that are older than you, Elizabeth.
I got blown off a bicycle in a thunderstorm. And you know, the first time I said that phrase, my mom replied, "Well, what were you doing riding your bicycle in a thunderstorm?" And that's a question I've pondered a lot since that moment. There are 3 parts to this. 1, being an achiever. 2, being under 40. And 3, being an Oklahoman. And what I want to share is my experience with the last one. You see, it took me getting out of Oklahoma for me to truly appreciate it. When I moved to California and I was asked where I was from, I realized that being from Oklahoma was a lot like being from Narnia or Oz or Never Never Land. And during my own Tom Joad journey, I learned to see the world I came from with new eyes. In the words of Three Dog Night, I've never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma. And it's through these eyes that I hope you achievers today view this great state. We all have roots laid in this hard, unforgiving red soil, and we share this common heritage. You know, I will challenge anybody in this room that does not believe that the creative genius of Oklahoma has been felt throughout the world. It reverberates throughout everything in this country, from Woody Guthrie to Larry Clark, from Garth Brooks to S.E. Hinton and Ron Howard and Okie Noodling and sorry, that was... And from Ralph Ellison to Chuck Norris, from Chet Baker to Wilma Mankiller, from the Flaming Lips to Desperate Housewives, we have changed the world.
Now it is time to recognize our Achievers Under 40 for 2009.
When you get together with other like-minded individuals, such as Achievers Under 40, there's a power in the kinship of knowing that you're with all these intelligent people with these bright ideas for the future, and it gives you a lot of hope and initiative to go out and make some real changes.
I think it's going to be really beneficial for animal welfare, and I'm very flattered that the Journal Record would consider me for this nomination.
It's a great group of folks. I mean, we have people from bankers to PR folks like me to people who are doing nonprofit work for their livelihoods, and it's a very humbling process and a really nice honor.
We have an achiever this year who actually made his own lunch today and ours as well. James Shelnick with the Skirvin Hotel helped plan this event, as he does with many of our events here, and now is in the audience waiting to receive his award. So thank you to James and the entire wonderful staff at the Skirvin.
You know, you're playing host to 360 people, hoping that the food is great, that their arrival experience is great, and you have that stress every time there's an event, whether it be 10 people or 1,000 people. But when you're sitting there and you're going to get called out for being the person in charge of it, it just adds a little bit more pressure, but seemed to go well. What does it mean to be an Achiever Under 40? It tells me more than anything else that I've done my job properly, and that I'm following my passion properly, and that I know I love what I'm doing, and that it's working out apparently, which is really, really good.
On behalf of the Journal Record Publishing Company, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to our sponsors, thank you to our guests. Most importantly, thank you to our achievers for your contributions to Oklahoma. Keep up the good work. Please enjoy the remainder of your day. We have just completed our 6th annual Achievers Under 40 Awards program, and I tell you what, these young professionals never cease to amaze me and inspire me. We have honored a group of 41 individuals who are doing so much for their businesses, their organizations, and for their communities, and they really get what it means to be an Oklahoman. I foresee a lot of good things out of this group in coming years, and it really was our pleasure and our honor to recognize them.